EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the BioWare Classic. And let's go down to the first. Stepping up to the first tee, Frank, what are some keys to be thinking about at this point?
Really got to pick a decent target. Really focus in on that. Don't really worry about left and right. Nice, good full swing. Slow, if anything, off the first tee.
Excellent drive, Frank. Right where you want to be. From a perfect position, ready to play his next shot. Frank, long gone are the days when you putted with a simple blade. Now you look down and there's a frying pan on the end of a shaft.
Yeah, it looks like grandma's skillet these days. That's what it is. But, you know, putters are like drivers. What they've done with the technology is given you a bigger sweet spot. Even though putting is very, very precise, if you give a person a bigger sweet spot, he's going to make more putts.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
On the green. And a chance for birdie here on the first hole. Locked in on the read and the speed. Ooh, almost fell. Just a few inches from dropping.
Sometimes the game just isn't fair.
And he's putting for par now. Been a little too much of that, Frank, just sort of ho-hum pars. On to the second hole, par 3 of 225 yards. Good hole, Frank.
It certainly is, and the two bunkers, one left and one right, they remind you where not to go, but they don't really encroach on the green. So stay with a positive attitude on that tee, and you'll find that green is plenty big enough. It was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Chance to get it close here. And he's made it onto the green now. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one. Even par, currently.
So that's a bogey, and now to 1 over par for the tournament. Fairly straightforward par 4 now. The third at the wetlands is 460 yards straight away.
It is 460 yards. It can be chopped down a lot of different ways. 300-yard tee shot, and it's only 160. But if you're a mere mortal, 280, 180, the hole becomes that much longer, that much harder.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there. About 315 yards. Frankie appears to be in control of his game in the early going.
I like what I'm seeing out there, doing all the basic things at a very, very high level, getting the ball in play. That helps set up the next shot. Next shot gets on the green. That's how it sets up the birdie putt. It's one thing leading to another.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Settles in over the putt. +1 in the early going. For those of you just tuning in, we're checking in now on our featured golfer here at the 4th. Frank, what have you seen in the early going from our featured golfer?
A little bit of a struggle, unsurprisingly, really. Rich, just a little messy. This wasn't to be expected. Time to sort of tighten all the screws there, have a rethink, and try and put some red numbers on the board.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the score.
Now that is a shot that will be replayed over and over. Good look now at the 5th hole here at the Wetlands, par 5, and it's a good one, 635 yards. He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. This shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Good strike right there, right off the center of the face and about 20 feet away. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Well, with that drop shot, moves to 1 over for the tournament. Par 4 6th here at the Wetlands, 440 yards and water to deal with.
Two choices here, Rich. Lay it up short of the Wetlands, or, well, chance it, brave enough, tee it up and flash it. Well, when he goes after it, he is here.
Frank, I know you like boxing. That was some heavyweight power right there.
Smoked it.
315. Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. So begins the climb back. Frank, now we get a crack at another par 5. The 7th is 592 yards.
And certainly reachable, especially with a tee shot that follows the shape of this fairway, which is slightly to the left. Good tee shot, you can get home. And those bunkers, if anything, are nicely placed on that left side of the green, actually to protect a shot that goes too far or too left.
Can't ask for much more here at the 7th. He has hit a good one. And now the second shot here at this par 5. Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
And it generates some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie.
Oh, chance for birdie.
Frank, how much does that birdie help the cause?
Well, it doesn't look like much right now, Rich. Just sneaking inside the top 20. But at the end of the day, that might be the one that turned the tide.
8th hole here at the Wetlands, par 3, 203 yards. You like this hole, Frank?
I do, actually, but you have to have a little look at your yardage book because that front bunker will make this hole look a little shorter to the eye than actually what it plays. Green gets a little narrow as it gets deeper, but flat and, well, I wouldn't say easy. 3 here, not too bad. Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, rough.
Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Getting set now over the putt. Steady, solid, and at 1 under par right now. Frank, looking at this par 5 9th hole, it's 621 yards. I need to make birdie here. What's the best way to go about it?
Well, if you're a long hitter, then there's a chance you can reach this par 5 and 2, Rich. But really the best way to make birdie here, good tee shot, and then contemplate the layup. In between the first 2 bunkers, there's a nice section of fairway, and that's not going to leave you much in for that 3rd shot to a green that's very receptive. So really, birdie can be made the hard way, wedge and a putt.
Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball's sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the 2nd shot from here.
He's set up for his 3rd shot here, looking to get it on the green with this. Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. So a tester from 4 feet. Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time that one gets him in the top 10.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. That's a big green. He's managed to get it smack bang in the middle of it.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Has it, and he's 2 under par. Moving on to the par 4 11th, just a little bit more than 440 yards. Well, this one has a chance to be really good. Good contact, good result. That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
I like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy.
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But if down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more. No snack though. Oh, that even caught me by surprise, Rich. I thought par was in the bag.
This now for bogey. Well, he knew it right from the start. Just a poor putt. So they'll tap in. So with that, the score is now at even par. Par 5 12th here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club is 576 yards. First par 5 on this backside. Okay, the second shot now at this par 5. Third shot, looking for a good one. And it makes the green in regulation.
Even par currently.
I'll tell you, he's setting himself up for a good weekend. Former college #1 makes another birdie. Here we go at the par 4 13th, 452 yards. What's the best angle of attack?
The straight line really is the best way here, like a lot of holes on the golf course. But straight, as we know, is not often easy. Fairway does start to widen up the further out there you get it. So for the longer hitters, this hole actually plays relatively easy. For the shorter hitters, in that narrow area. That'll leave you a lengthy second shot where you just might have to bisect the two front greenside bunkers.
Chance to get it close here.
Rich, these players aren't getting a reprieve with the win right now.
And right from the start, the winds have been kicking pretty good.
Yeah, but at least it's presenting that challenge for the players that don't get every other day.
This will test the player. I mean, it's one thing to play with no wind in perfect conditions, but as we know, golf is a game of variables.
Yeah, and better strike will be rewarded today.
Frank, that looked good to me. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Settles in over the putt. Well, not in contention, but in for par. Fourteenth hole here at the Wetlands. A dangerous par 3 comes in at 204 yards. There's some trouble out there.
And this is where you have to readjust your focus. If you start looking right or left of this green, you see all the problems that could come in and prevail. Instead, just look at that front bunker. Try and fly your tee shot over that, somewhere around the front edge of the green, maybe 3 or 4 yards on, and then the hole becomes that much easier.
How'd you like that strike?
That was top of the tree.
Shouldn't be a problem here.
Sneaking into contention here. That birdie.
Top 15 now on the leaderboard. Final par 5 on the backside here at the Wetlands, 590 yards. We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
Ready for his third shot, needs to hit this close.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Just a tap in to finish the hole. Solid par right there.
They're doing a good job. Nothing wrong with being in the top 10 right now. I don't know if they can win from there.
16th hole at the Wetlands is a par 4, 455 yards.
Once again, another reward for a straight tee shot, but this green heavily guarded by sand. So, good tee shot, and, well, this one, you're going to have to hit one of the better iron shots required at Wetlands.
Not the longest, but not bad. 295 yards in the fairway. Will settle. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. Getting set now over the putt. And with that, he'll go to 3 under. Par 3 17th, Frank, it's 238 yards.
There's still a chance for birdie here, though. Green shape's a little bit to the player's right, so a nice high draw coming in here. Even finding the middle of the putting surface will give you a chance to putt to really any position on this green.
Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Frank, how did he do there?
Well, he's inside 30 feet, but 27 feet, that's not exactly what you'd call close.
This is a good-sized putt, 27 feet away. Frank, he might like this one. He might like... Oh, he's going to love it, Frank. Wow, I can't believe he found the cup on that one.
Clean up on aisle 5.
Well, this is it, Frank, the 18th hole. And on paper, it looks like you can get this one. You can make a birdie because it's only 377 yards.
You're exactly right, Rich. Just a nice drive. Doesn't even have to be a driver here. It's going to set you up really short iron wedge into this short par 4. And, well, I always like to finish on a birdie. I know you do too, because a little walk to the clubhouse there on the left, maybe a hot dog or a hamburger.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. These are always tricky. Severe downhill to that green. Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
Just want to nestle this one down to within a couple of feet. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knocking in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the cause.
Finished with a final score of 69.
That was a great first day out there, Rich.
I really enjoyed it. We saw a lot of birdies, excellent play, and some impressive names on top of this leaderboard. Anybody's game.